Lesson 15, Syriac, the ithba'al, or the passive of the normal form of the verb. The ithba'al is formed from the pa'al by using the performative ith, preformative ith. So the ith indicates the passive form, something that is done to someone, not that someone does. This preformative has counterparts in other Semitic languages where it has a reflexive meaning, as in he hurt himself. It can also mean that in Syriac, where it's something that you're doing to yourself. In Syriac, however, forms with ith took over the function of the passive, as in he was hurt. The ith pa'al is thus primarily the passive of the pa'al. Yeah. Inflection. You saw this in the blue book, but let's go over it again. The perfect, he was killed. So let's start from here. I was killed. Ith qat leth. So let's take a look at this. Qatleth, you already know, is I killed. Ith qatleth is I was killed. It happened to me. Ith qtalt, you were killed. Ith qtil, he was killed. Ith qtiln, we were killed. Ith qtilton, you plural were killed. Ith qtil, with a silent waw, they were killed. Feminine. Ith qatleth, ith qtilt, with a silent yod. Ith qatlath, she was killed. Ith qtiln, ith qtiltain, ith qtil, they were killed. It really is the same as the conjugation you learned. Qatlath, qtalt, qtal, and so on, just with the if at the beginning. There's some vowels that move around a little bit, but more or less it's what you already know of the perfect, with the endings of the perfect, just with the if at the beginning. That's really the only thing that's really new here. Notice that in the third feminine singular and the first singular, the vowel on the first root letter is not I, but I. Yeah, so this vowel changes and this vowel changes. No big deal. Also in these two forms, just as in the pa'al, if the third radical is this, it takes a qushai, so it gets, it's not soft anymore. Again, ignore that. I don't care. There are the usual longer forms for the first plural, ithaqtalnan, and the third masculine feminine, ithaqtalun, ithaqtalin, rare, but you'll see them once in a while. The imperfect is as follows. So just like this is basically the perfect with ith at the beginning, the imperfect, so the future tense or the subjunctive tense, has all the same beginning letters, just has the ith sound in the middle of it. So again, we'll start from the bottom. Ith iqtal. Ith iqtal. So instead of iqtal, it's ithqtal. Instead of tiqtal, it's tithqtal. So ithqtal, I will be killed. Tithqtal, you will be killed. Nithqtal, he will be killed. Nithqtal, we will be killed. Tithqatlun, you plural will be killed. Nithqatlun, they will be killed. The feminine, tithqatlin, for you feminine. Tithqtil, for she. Tithqatlan and nithqatlan. So all the beginning letters are the same. You just have the ith sound towards the beginning. It makes it future passive. He will be killed. All participles except the pa'al begin with meme. That of the ith pa'al, there's only one, is mithaqtal, being killed. Mithaqtal means being killed. This is inflected like other nouns with an invariant vowel in the first syllable. The plural is then mithqatlin, the feminine mithqatla. So, what is this saying? This is how you make the present tense. Mithaqtal na, mithaqtal at, and so on. Mithqatlin nan, mithqatlin ton. You can build the present tense with this plus those copulas. In the imperative, the vowel, so now we're showing the imperative of the passive. So it's like you're commanding someone, be killed. The vowel unexpectedly shifts to the first radical and is a. Ith qatl. They're all pronounced like that. Ith qatl. Be killed. Ith qatl. and then they have silent U, either silent waw or silent U. All these forms are pronounced qatl, as in the pa'al. There are also longer forms of the plural, ithqatlun and ithqatlin, very rare. So don't worry much about them. If the last root letter of a verb is a guttural or resh, the vowel just before it is a instead of e, as in ithantar, not ithantar. Yeah, who cares? Okay, whatever. So it's ithantar if there's a resh at the end, or a guttural. The infinitive follows a pattern that will appear in all the other conjugations, that is all but the pa'al, with the two final vowels a'u. A'u. This is neat. For the ithpa'il, it is mithqtalu, 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 to be killed. It's the infinitive, mithqtalu. What is this? So for verbal sum begins with these Sheen, Sadeh, Simkath, and Zain. I think those are called sibilants. This letter changes places with the tau. Oh, this is important. Of the if'il performative, preformative. In the case of Zain or Sadeh, there's a further change, and the tau becomes Delath or Tayath, respectively. So this actually is important. Thus, from shqal, so if you have this root shqal, and you want to say, so this means to take, and if you want to say it was taken, you would think it's ith shqal or ith shqil. But when it's one of these letters at the beginning, it switches with the tau. So it's not ith shqal, it's ishtqil. So the sheen and the tau switch places. This is very important for looking for roots, because if you want to look up in the dictionary, the root of ishtqil, let's say you see the word ishtqil in some piece of literature, and you want to find the root, the tau is not part of the root. The root is sheen, qab, lamad, shqal. So you have to know this conjugation does this so that you know the root is shqal and not like taqal or something like that. So from shqal we have ishtqil, it was taken, not ith shqal. Others of this transposition and change are, so this is from zwan, to buy. Be bought is nizdban. So now two things are happening. One, the zain is going first. Second, the tau becomes a delath. So with a zain, the tau becomes a delath. Nizdbin. Let it be bought. From zwan, not nithzwan, not nithzwin, or even nist, nistbin. It's not these, it's nizdbin or nizdwin. Another one is when it's a sadeh, again, it goes first and the tau becomes a taith. This makes sense to me because you're already back here in your throat pronouncing the sadeh. So mistlau, to be crucified. Mistlau, it'd be kind of hard to say mistlau. So slew is to crucify. So it's not mithslau, and it's not mistlau, it's mistlau. If you can't hear the difference between the taith and the tau, that's okay. Just know that it turns into a taith, just for reading comprehension. So again, the root of this is sadeh, lamad, beth. The taith is not part of the root. It's part of the passive form. Meaning, the meaning of the ithpil can usually be inferred from the pa'al, but not always. For example, amad and ith'amid both mean be baptized. Amad can also mean to baptize, but whatever, that's fine. But the ithpil form is the more common. Some verbs, so basically what Robinson is telling you to do, it's worth looking it up no matter what. Don't always assume this just means the passive of the regular form. Some verbs in the ithpil do not occur in the pa'al. For example, ithikrech, to go around. No, that occurs in the pa'al. Krichin, it's part of some hymns, so this is just not true. Maybe he doesn't know about it, to go around. Other ithpa'ils have particular meanings, such as ishtma, from shma, means obey. So it is, the vocabularies will point out verbs like this as they're met. I think really the lesson to learn here is look it up. If you have a root and you know that shma means to hear, ishtma, don't assume that ishtma means to be heard. It actually has this kind of specific meaning to obey. It's worth looking up. It'll help you remember the word anyway. Usage with the the logical subject of the action is introduced by min rather than lemad, as with the passive participles. So, ithqidh min shliha. It was commanded by the apostle. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, vocab. Shma, to obey. Sorry, shma means to hear. The ifpil, it means to obey. Shlim is to be finished. Krach, to go around. Gwal, to form or fashion. Episkopa is a Greek root, means bishop. Htaha, sin. Also, hatitha is another word for sin. Istratiyota, another Greek word, it means soldier. Duka or duktha means place. Luqdam means first, beforehand. Abraham is Abraham. Pthachra is an idol, pthachra. Amad, to be baptized. Zahar is to take care or guard against. Zahar is dahar, it means to be wary. Dbar is to lead. Dbar. Slow is to crucify. Show is to reckon, as in to count up something. Show. Or to maybe even consider something. Gudapa is blasphemy. Yaumana is today. Talia is child. Talia, talie, talitha. Sorry, this is an irregular plural. Talia, the plural of talia is tlaye. Tlaye. It's an irregular plural. Tlitha, tliyatha. Girl, girls. Okay. Translate into English. كلهن حطاه نشتوقون لبني ناشا قدابة دين لقبل روحا قدشة لا نشتوق العالم. It's a quote from, I think, Mark's Gospel. مثكر خين واو شليحة بقرية وبمذيناثا كلدوك. Let me translate this one for you because there's one tricky thing here. Mithkar Chinwao, they were surrounding Shlihe, so the Shlihe, the apostles were surrounding Bqurya Ubamdinatha, Kulduk. Mithkar Chin. What is it? Why is it using this? To go, oh, they were going around. Okay. So the apostles were going around. Mithkar Chin, wow, they were going around. Bqorya, this is an irregular plural for the noun qaritha. So qaritha means a village. So this is in. Qaritha is village. Qorya is an irregular plural. It means villages. So they were going around in villages and ubam dhinatha, and in cities, kulduk, in every place. That's that one. If amth at u'atthach wabneik wabnathach ukulle beitach. Hint is, this is the imperative. Okay, that's your hint. Motolathach ithqtaln kul yom. Ithahshun ach imre qdam qatolan. Ithahshun ach imre qdam qatolan. Amra hachimtha. Ithgoleth min Maria qdam kulhon وذاو وعذ لا نعبد شمية وأرأى عمه هويث. This is nice. So this is wisdom is speaking. Just so you know, that's all of this is spoken in the person of wisdom. Ithan tarn ach so صابرنا. Oh, صابرنا. Okay. اثنطرن صاورنا من طيبوثه دآلها عظم اليومانا. صاورنا is a verb. This is صاورنا. So I'll just say that like I thought. صاورنا. You do the rest. استبر من كل ناش دحيلة ربا اثعوذ و بينث هون. Reminder, istbar, the root of this is simkath beth resh. The tau is part of the passive. This is the root. Sbar is the root. Ishtqil talya min awahau adh la nitha'amid. Again, the root here is sheen, hop, lamad. Bathar qrawa istlew yudhaye sagi'e min istratiyote. Again, the sade turns the tau into a taith, and the root is slew. Zadiq il-khon d'izdaharun bnosh khon wab kullah deira min eilen d'amrin denwiye in-non. All right, and translate those into Syriac if you want. Wouldn't hurt. And next lesson, we get to, I think, the intensive. Yep, we get to the intensive. See you then.